In the ruthless world of professional bodybuilding, where mass, symmetry, and perfection collide under the blinding lights of competition, very few leave behind a legacy that lives beyond trophies. And among those rare titans, one name echoes with thunderous admiration: Roelly Winklaar. He wasn't just a competitor. He wasn't just a bodybuilder. Roelly was a spectacle, a larger-than-life force who exploded onto the stage with a physique so outlandish, so freakishly complete, that fans and experts alike were left in awe. They didn't know whether to cheer or blink twice. Because standing before them was not a man, it was a beast forged from pain, molded by perseverance, and fueled by a fire that never dimmed, even when the world doubted him. Born in the Caribbean island of Curaçao and raised in Rotterdam, Roelly's journey was anything but typical. His real name, Egberton Roelly Winklaar, hardly hinted at the storm he would one day become. His childhood was marked with both innocence and tragedy. At a young age, Roelly lost his father in a motorcycle accident, a moment that shattered his world and forced him to confront the brutality of life early on. In that devastation, a quiet fire sparked within him, a desire to never be weak, a mission to become unbreakable, not just in body, but in spirit. It wasn't about fame or aesthetics. It was survival. A battle against grief, against fate. Years later, tragedy would strike again. In 2004, Roelly was involved in a horrific car accident that nearly claimed his life. For most, such an experience would lead to retreat, to fear, to a quiet life away from risk. But not Roelly. He came back from that wreckage with more hunger than ever. With every scar came more drive. He wasn't just surviving, he was transforming. His first taste of competitive bodybuilding came in the late 2000s, and by 2009, the storm had arrived. Roelly entered the NPC Arnold Amateur and walked away with the win. He didn't just beat his competition, he obliterated expectations. His frame was wide and monstrous, his arms ballooned with comic book proportions, his waist shockingly tight. The bodybuilding world suddenly had a new name on their lips: Roelly Winklaar. In 2010, he proved he was no one-hit wonder. He entered the New York Pro, one of the toughest IFBB contests, and won it in a dominant fashion. People stared in disbelief. Had bodybuilding just found its next superhero? As the years unfolded, Roelly evolved into something almost unhuman. His arms, measuring an unreal 24 inches, became the most famous in the sport. But it wasn't just the size, it was the shape, the fullness, the vascularity, the detail. No one in modern bodybuilding had arms quite like his. They were round, dense, and popped like sculpted granite beneath stretched skin. His nickname, the Dutch Beast, started to circulate. But soon, fans around the world dropped all formalities and just called him what he truly was: Roelly freaking Winklaar. Behind those massive muscles was a man full of heart. Roelly had something that many athletes lacked: charisma. He wasn't robotic on stage. He danced. He smiled. He radiated joy even during the most intense battles. He would walk into the lights not like a soldier, but like a rock star. Every pose was an explosion, every glance a connection. The crowd adored him. And it wasn't just for the physique, it was for his energy. Roelly made bodybuilding fun, and for that, fans worshipped him. He trained under several legendary mentors. In his early career, he was guided by Sybil, Grandma, Peters, a no-nonsense coach who pushed him beyond exhaustion. Later, he would find himself training at Oxygen Gym in Kuwait, known for producing monsters through brutal regimens and next-level facilities. Under their watch, Roelly became even more dangerous. Every year, he returned to the Olympia stage with more mass, more definition, and more shock value. Every generation in bodybuilding has its icons. Arnold had charisma. Dorian had intensity. Ronnie had dominance. But Roelly? Roelly had magic. A presence. A vibe. A storm. Because in the end, people didn't pay to see who won. They paid to see Roelly. And when he hit that signature most muscular pose, face filled with fury, veins surging, arms pumped like cannons ready to fire, the crowd didn't just watch. they remembered forever.